Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm going to be reacting to Nature of Human Bondage, Donkey and the Washerman, Swami Sarvapriyananda. So, the nature of human bondage, Donkey and the Washerman. This is something definitely I don't know anything about, the Donkey and the Washerman portion, and what do you mean by the nature of human bondage? Is it more of the materialistic bondage, as in, or work bondage, or doing things we don't like, and it's kind of like holding us back? I'm not exactly sure how to predict this one, but that's the only thing I can think of. It's like maybe materialistic bondage, where we kind of crave the newest and latest things, and it's a bondage. It's a bondage to us because instead of being able to live life, we're working towards newer things. Oh, the newest car, the newest phone, the newest pencil, the newest computer, the newest whatever, and we're having to work and work and work and work for that? Maybe? Let's go ahead and get started.
In India, you have the traditional washermen who carry the clothes, our clothes, you give them to wash, they put it on a donkey, they will take it to the river, and then you should not see how they treat your clothes. They will pound it and on the river, but they really make it clean. It really works. And then they'll spread it out on the rocks. You'll see thousands of clothes out on the river bank on the rocks, and they'll wait the whole day until the clothes are dried. So that's a natural dryer, natural washing machine and natural dryer. And then they will pack it, they'll fold it nicely, put it on the donkey and bring it back home, and next day go and deliver it to your home. Now this man who is to do this for his living, one day when he came to the river bank with the clothes on the donkey, then he suddenly saw to his horror he had forgotten to bring the rope with which he would tie the donkey to a tree. Now he would have to go all the way back home, because he can't do his work if the donkey is untied. It will just wander away, and he's a poor man, he can't afford another donkey. It's like getting a new SUV or something. So what does he do? And there's this gentleman walking past, obviously a well-educated person, and this poor man asks, "Sir, what can I do?" And the gentleman says, "Oh, don't worry. All you do is go near the donkey, make sure he's seeing you, and act as if you're tying the donkey." That'll work? Yes, it'll work. So this man does that, unloads the clothes and goes near the donkey, and then as if taking out a rope and then putting it around the donkey's neck and tying it to the tree, acts, and the donkey watches. Sort of flicks its ears. And this man goes to the riverbed and to wash the clothes and keeps looking back at the donkey. Donkey standing there, perfectly still, no movement. Oh, wonderful. And then when the time is in the evening, it has come, he has packed up all the clothes, he loads on the donkey and tells the donkey, "Now move."
You won't
donkey
move.
Doesn't move.
Gets it in untied.
Now, how do I get the donkey back home? So he rushes to the house of that gentleman who lives nearby and says, Sir, you told me a good thing, but what black magic is this? The donkey doesn't move." And the man says, "Don't worry, just pretend you are untying the donkey." And he goes there and he unties, pretends, and the donkey is watching. And then he says, "Move," and the donkey moves.
I will say that's I don't know if that's a smart donkey or a stupid donkey, but the reason why I say smart is because he knows not to move if he's tied, otherwise he's going to, I guess I'm assuming, choked, or he's going to get held up by the rope. So that's smart. If you tell him to move and he's tied up, he won't move, because otherwise he'll get yanked by the rope. But at the same time, the sheer fact that he wasn't literally tied up and he doesn't move goes kind of stupid at the same time. So I don't know whether it's a smart or a dumb donkey at that point.
We are not tied. We are nowhere there is any bondage. We are not tied anywhere. But we think we are. And then we suffer. What Vedanta does is, it generates that bondage and then it unties it. Then we get the feeling we are now free. What does it do? It tells you, here's the waker, the gross aspect of the self, here is your waking world, tying the donkey. Then the dream, here's the dream world, and then deep sleep, from which emerges the dream and the waking, and this is nicely tied donkey. Then it comes and tells you, you are not the waker, not the dreamer, not the deep sleeper. You are the unaffected witness of all that. Untying the donkey and lets you free. If you really think about it, you realize that I never was in bondage. When one gets enlightened, it's an interesting thing in Vedanta. When you realize, when you get enlightened, you don't feel that I was in bondage, now I am enlightened, I am free. Rather, you feel I was never in bondage. I was always free. I didn't realize it, now I realize it. That's all. Then this very question of the confusion itself will not come. Where does, if you ask the question, his precise question was, where did the confusion come from? There is no answer to that. Where did error come from? Ignorance. Where did ignorance come from? No answer to that. But the practical problem is it's there and you can get rid of it.
Oh, that was really quick. Okay, I get it. So basically, showing the sheer fact that all along we were the donkey and we were the donkey? In the sense that we see ourselves as bondage to this Maya. That we are bound to this world and we're bound to the physical aspects of this world and reality, to this body, to this emotion, to this thinking, to this gross body. In reality, we were free all along because we're the Turiya, Brahman, Atman. So, I get what he's saying. I think that is something along the lines that a lot of people, including myself, I do need to get to. And for the most part, I don't necessarily separate myself from that. Again, I do believe he's talking about the separation between the sheer fact that this body, mind, emotion, all that is not you. It's this body, it's the intellect, it's your brain, it's your mind. You yourself is none of these. You're this Turiya. It's something separate from this body, mind, and emotion. When you realize that you are free from the emotional bondage, the physical bondage, the thinking bondage. Whereas in my aspect, because of this understanding and this responsibility, those things have not become, not all of those things, let me put it that way, not all of these things have become bondages to me. Even though, like I said in another video, that even though I do have an understanding and a solution to a problem, I am still bondage by it. So understanding and taking responsibility is not a resolution to completely free you from bondage from my way of life. And I've said that my way of life is like a halfway point, at most, at best, it's a halfway point between freeing, I guess, in a sense, not necessarily freeing yourself. It's not, my point is not to free yourself, but to ease the pain, I guess, ease the suffering, in a sense, if possible. But the ways of Advaita Vedanta and Sadhguru's way, which is, I can't remember what he called it. It is a meditation technique, I do believe. But inner engineering, actually, is what he calls it famously. Following those ways, again, I don't know which one will work for you. And that's why, hey, nothing wrong with studying both of them. You could maybe pick and choose which one works for you. But it's a way of, I do believe, of complete freedom. Mine is not that. Mine is a kind of an easement of that. I don't know if I am capable of achieving all of that, but I will give it a try, and pretty soon I'm going to start it up. Even though I keep postponing it, it's just been, again, life, it's been kind of crazy. So anyways, that's my reaction to Nature of the Human Bondage. Donkey and the Washerman, Swami Sarvapriyananda. I've never heard that story. I'm guessing that's just something that's quite maybe cultural or continental. No. Country. Probably. Anyways, if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.